Hi ladies, Danny Lee with Younique, and I've been getting questions about the differences between coverage and how heavy it is and the best coverage and which one you would choose. So I'm just going to go over all three options. The first one I'm going to start with is the first one I first fell in love with, and that is the BB Flawless. And then after I show you my BB Flawless, I'm also going to just show you really quickly the concept of, just contouring and using different shades. The BB Flawless is awesome for, contouring if you like to work with different shades and blend, or if you're looking for something that's going to highlight your face in certain spots. The tinted moisturizing creams, super wonderful. I really started with them because it was a mixture between both moisturizer and tinting. So, and I do use the blending buds. When I first started with Younique and it first came out, I was like, what is that? I just use my fingers. But especially when I do contouring, I absolutely love the way it blends and makes me look pretty. So if you can't tell in the video, which it's pretty obvious, I have a lot of redness in my face. I have a lot of red undertones. I don't naturally use blushes ever, even after putting coverage on. I still get the pink tint undertones coming through, so I don't really use blush. I have blush, I just don't use it. So if you guys need samplers of the loose blush, I have that available for you. Anyways, just to get started, when I first started using BB cream. It's almost out, I'm running low, but I did use BB cream in the very beginning, and I felt that it just kind of washed me out a little too much, so I went up to, I think it's Bisque, yeah, Bisque. And then for darker tones, depending on where I'm going and what I'm doing, I'll do honey if it's just like an everyday occasion, honey. Otherwise, I'll step up and get bold and do caramel. I only once was risky enough and did chestnut, but I felt that it just didn't go very well with my skin tone, so I have plenty of chestnut if you need samples for that as well. So anyways, back to what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to show you honey as an all-over foundation is what I used to use it as. That's what I kind of, oh, and I'm sorry, I don't use honey, I use Bisque all over my face. So I'm just going to show you that real quickly and how easy it goes on. I'm running low, ladies, low. Okay, so I basically just kind of put it all over. And as far as what's on my finger, I just use a teeny tiny bit. It spreads really easily. I have like kind of a little red blemish here, a scar. I used to get really bad breakouts, so a lot of my redness is scars from the past. So now that that's on, I use I use the blending bud. I just dampen it in the water, squeeze it out. I don't want it dripping water. It's not dripping, it's just squishy. It makes blending go on really well. So I'm just going to blend. Now the thing I will say about these is they go on really smoothly, whether you just use your fingers or blending bud or whatever. But really what I use it for nowadays is simply just to kind of just tone my skin, bring the redness down, and kind of just blend it all together. Just for a more even look. And I know you're not supposed to rub, but I did that my whole life. That's how I do it. So they say that you're supposed to tap it to spread it and keep it, from rubbing off, but there's no police in this business. So anyways, that kind of just tones my skin down, blends things out. Like I said, you can still see the redness in me. So when I'm just running errands or just need like a quick cover up, PTA meetings, things like that, nothing too important, or just want to go, I know I'm going to be out in the sun. This stuff really shocked me. I wore this at Knott's Berry Farm this summer, fully did like Warzone, lots and lots of baby sunblock with a baby SPF proof, and the only thing that did not burn, surprisingly, was my face, and I was wearing the BB cream. So I definitely can attest to the coverage and SPF in that. And so anyway, so this is pretty much what I do when I just need a little toning. I'm not breaking out too bad, don't need to cover too much. So the next thing I'm going to show you too is the concept of contouring. So with contouring, you want to do a shade and 2 shades darker, 2 shades lighter, and I already have my foundation color on. So what you're going to do is you're going to highlight. So I'm just going to do some highlighting, and just right there, and I'm just going to, so when you highlight, you're going to want to do right in this area, all down your nose, and then you want to make a triangle, and I'm just going to actually use my fingers. So you want to make a triangle right under your eyes, and I'll blend it out to make it look like a triangle. So you'll want to do a triangle, and then you want to do just a little bit like right on your upper lip, which is the Cupid's bow. And then I get mixed stories about this, but basically right on your chin. I personally bronze my chin because that gets hit by the sun, ladies, so it's really entirely up to you. And then I do my lids. You don't have to, but right under your brow. And this is something else I do that's not in the pamphlets, but I do it just to make this right here look a little more prominent, is I go right under where it's supposed to be dark. So I do dark, light, then dark again. So I'll show you the darks, and this all kind of just gets spread down. So voila, that's where you're going to hit your highlights. I look goofy, but it'll all blend out and look pretty in a minute. Next thing I'm going to use is the honey. That's my darker shade. It's not really 2 shades darker, but I feel that it gives me the most natural look. So with the honey, you're going to go right in, like the hollow of your cheek. I have big fat cheeks. So, but when I do my pucker, it kind of starts right up here, midway between your ear, and goes down into that pucker. Some girls go all the way down to the mouth too, but I just feel like that's not very natural, because when you smile, it makes this line here that I don't go like past that. So. And then you're also going to do right along the edge of your face. Kind of like a circle. You kind of want to make a 3 shape or effect. And then also, girls with double chins, you want to contour that. You want to get rid of that look. So you can kind of tell I've got some double chin going, and it's just the way my neck meets my face, I guess. I don't know, because I have a nice pretty neck. So anyways, you're just going to go right along your jawline and right into where you feel like you have a double chin. We're just going to hide that. And we're going to go right on the insides of our nose. Let me get a little more on that side. And I think I pretty much have it all. I have a little extra on my finger, so I'm gonna, and then right in here, if you feel like it's not, it's too much or too little, you can always go back and add more. It's not the end of the world. I use this one for right in my eyes, so I'm gonna start with that. I personally start with my highlights. I don't know how other people do it. Like I said, there's no police or set rules. You can always just make it work for you. So anyways, you're basically, in this, I am pretty good about the whole tapping methods, but I'm going to tap it into those shapes. the triangles under the eyes where you want it to highlight. Right in here. And you can roll, you can even just use your fingers, girls. You can use the 99-cent sponges from the 99-cent store, the big giant pack. There's no rules. And then I'm going to go over to my big blending bud and I'm just going to blend all of that out. I go into my hairline. That way I don't look like I have orangey all over my face. Sorry, I didn't do this eye. So for this, I blend up. And then same for this right down in here. I blend that up. And then right in my jawline. So for my jawline, I go down, right? And I do that with my bronzer too. When I put bronzer on, I go down and a little bit back. That way you don't get too much of that line effect. So I'm just like setting and rolling. And you can kind of see that this hasn't been blended, so you just go back in. I don't have a really wide nose, so I don't really know if I contour my nose right, but it's supposed to make your face look longer and your nose thinner. And you just blend it out until you get it right. Now, I will say this about the BB creams. I do always follow up with the touch powders. The reason I follow up with touch powders is because it does give me a glossy glow, and I like to just tone that down a little bit. But overall, I really like the BB creams. They go on super thin. They're not too heavy, not too thick. Too depends on how heavy you put it. You can definitely build it up. I definitely consider this as a toner though, and you can definitely use it, like I said, for contouring. Super simple. It is a cream, so it's not too heavy. It does last all day, so you're not going to have to reapply too regularly on this, unless, I don't know, unless you're working out and rubbing your face and maybe rubbing your, wiping your face with a towel or something like that. But really, normal, regular, all-day coverage works just great. I do love the BB creams, but I've moved on to a different favorite for every day. So I'm just gonna show you guys in a little bit. If you have any questions about the BB creams or you would like a sample, please feel free to send me a message, comment below, or text me. Bye, ladies.